Have you ever felt overwhelmed by emotional attachment, stuck in a cycle that seems impossible to break free from? You're not alone. Many people struggle to let go, feeling powerless and trapped in their emotions. But here's a glimmer of hope. Change is not only possible, it's entirely within your reach. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, this video will reveal 10 powerful Stoic rules to help you shed emotional attachments. Why is detachment so transformative? As Seneca wisely said, "The brave are free." Detachment doesn't mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means discovering strength and clarity within yourself. This video will guide you through profound Stoic principles, leading you on a path to emotional freedom. By adopting these habits in your daily life, you'll find practical and healthy ways to free yourself from the bonds of attachment, regaining peace of mind, and focusing on what truly matters. Imagine saying goodbye to mental shackles and welcoming a new, clear, and focused outlook. Stoicism's teachings will empower you to navigate your emotions with resilience and wisdom. As Marcus Aurelius put it, "You have power over your mind, not external events." Realize this, and you will find strength. By applying these lessons, you will learn to prioritize inner peace over external circumstances. Are you ready to free yourself from emotional attachment and embrace the power of personal growth? If so, this video is for you. We will accompany you through 10 Stoic habits that will change how you view emotional detachment. Start by asking yourself what truly holds value in our lives, if not inner peace. Join us to explore these rules, paving the way for a liberated Stoic mindset. If you like this video and find it useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our community for more insightful content. We are eager to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. If you're unsure what to say, just type, "The journey of freedom begins." Let's embark on this journey of emotional liberation together. Let's start now. Number 1. The power of detachment. Have you ever felt as though your emotions are manipulated by invisible hands? This sensation often stems from our deep-seated attachments, which unwittingly grant others the power to influence our emotional well-being. However, there exists a potent strategy to counter this. Detachment. Detachment does not imply a cessation of care. Rather, it heralds the beginning of a life where one's peace and happiness are no longer at the mercy of external conditions. The transformative nature of detachment is profound. Drawing from the wisdom of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who famously remarked, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgments about them," it's clear that detachment involves reclaiming one's autonomy. When we hold too tightly to people or circumstances, they begin to dominate us. It is akin to handing over the remote control of our feelings to someone else, permitting them to alter our emotional states at their whim. Such influence can dictate our happiness or sorrow, and, in dire situations, may prompt decisions that are irreversible. In practicing detachment, you metaphorically take back the remote control and choose your own emotional channels. Consider your emotions as a kite in the sky. Each string that ties you to a person or situation represents a potential influence on your emotional direction. Holding too many strings or gripping one too tightly leaves you vulnerable to the whims of the wind. Stoicism advises us to moderate our hold, recognizing that although we cannot direct the wind, we can choose which strings to grasp. This philosophy doesn't render us cold or indifferent, but rather grounded and resilient. To practically embrace detachment, begin by identifying the things or people to which you are overly attached. Question the reasons behind these attachments. Are they seeking validation, fearing loneliness, or something else? Understanding the root causes is crucial in loosening their hold over you. Engage in pursuits that instill a sense of purpose and fulfillment, focusing on the aspects of life that you can influence while releasing those you cannot. As you adopt detachment, your perspective of the world shifts. You come to understand that your value does not hinge on external conditions, but is inherent and steadfast. This insight empowers you to proceed with clarity and confidence, liberated from the mental constraints of attachment. Echoing the words of Seneca, "He who is brave is free," it becomes evident that through detachment, we don't withdraw from life, but engage with it more meaningfully and wholly. We'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you found the lessons we discussed applicable to your own life, please comment "separate" below. This will help us see how many of you are able to use these insights in your daily routines. Alternatively, if you have any feelings or experiences you'd like to share about today's content, don't hesitate to detail them in the comment section. Your feedback is invaluable, as it not only informs our content, but also creates a community of like-minded individuals who learn and grow together. Let's connect through our stories and insights. Number 2. Understanding attachment. Ever pondered why we grasp so tenaciously to certain people or scenarios, even when they bring us distress? What propels this urge to cling, and how might we liberate ourselves from its grasp? Delving into the nature of attachment is pivotal in progressing towards emotional detachment and personal liberty. By exploring this concept through the lens of Stoic wisdom, we gain invaluable insights. Attachment fundamentally stems from our ego. The Stoic sage Epictetus once remarked, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This observation strikes at the heart of attachment. It is our desires and perceived necessities that bind us. When entangled in attachment, we frequently act from a place of ego, seeking affirmation, safety, or a sense of identity from external elements. Picture an infant exuding joy and unburdened by the intricacies of ego. As we mature, our ego assumes control, inundating our lives with attachments. These bonds, whether to individuals, objects, or ideals, obscure our discernment and divert us from our true nature, which should be centered on love and self-satisfaction. Have you ever experienced a scenario where your happiness seemed contingent upon another's validation or presence? This scenario is a definitive marker of an ego-driven attachment. To start disentangling ourselves, we need to first identify these bonds as manifestations of our ego's quest for security and approval. Question yourself, why does this particular person or outcome grip me so? What fear or longing fuels this attachment? Pinpointing the source of your attachment is the initial step towards mitigating its hold. Now, envision a life propelled by love instead of ego. What if you embrace the universe's abundance, trusting that whatever is destined for you will inevitably find its way? This shift in perspective is profound. It involves acknowledging your intrinsic value and abilities independent of external conditions. As you start to perceive your desires and connections through this lens, you'll recognize the superfluous burden they impose. Adopting a mindset of abundance is essential. When you relinquish the dread of loss, the universe frequently compensates by granting more than what was surrendered. Detachment does not imply a diminished care. Rather, it signifies a deeper comprehension. It's about adhering to your essence and allowing love, not fear, to navigate your path. The quest for detachment is transformative. It involves peeling back layers of ego to reveal the resilient, love-infused spirit within. It's about advancing with ease, unshackled from the weights of attachment, and prepared to embrace new blessings with open arms and a firm heart. By placing a premium on your inner peace over external validation, you set the stage for a life replete with genuine emotional freedom. Number 3. The illusion of control. Have you ever felt like your happiness hinged on someone else's approval or actions? It's a common trap, believing that with enough effort, you can manage the outcomes of your emotions and relationships. This is what we call the illusion of control, a pervasive misbelief that ensnares many. Recognizing and breaking free from this illusion is vital for achieving emotional independence and personal freedom. Our egos often deceive us into thinking we can steer external circumstances and how others respond to us. This misconception leads us to overvalue others' opinions, fostering emotional dependency and clinginess. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This underscores a core Stoic belief. While external events are beyond our control, our reactions are not. Clinging to the illusion of control can lead us to idealize others, placing them on a pedestal and tying our self-worth to their validation. Such a viewpoint warps our perception of reality, casting others as possessors of something elusive and essential. Yet, stripping away these illusions reveals a truth. Everyone is fundamentally human and vulnerable. No one possesses a unique superiority or inherent worthiness that others lack. To dismantle this illusion, begin by recognizing the limits of your control. Much of what you think you can influence is, in fact, uncontrollable. This acknowledgement is both a humbling and freeing experience. By accepting that we can't dictate others' actions or feelings, we shift our focus to the only thing we truly control: our thoughts, reactions, and personal growth. Focusing inward fosters resilience and self-assurance. Rather than seeking external validation, engage in self-affirmation. Regularly remind yourself of your distinct strengths and qualities. Recognize that your value is intrinsic and not dependent on others' views. This approach echoes another Stoic lesson from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Adopting an abundance mindset also proves beneficial. Understand that the universe is expansive, with ample love, success, and joy available. Letting go of the fear of losing a specific person or outcome opens you to a plethora of new possibilities and opportunities in your relationships. This realization enables you to love without desperation and to value connections while preserving your independence and self-worth. It's important to note that fostering emotional detachment isn't about becoming indifferent. It's about understanding that your completeness doesn't depend on anyone else. By embracing these Stoic tenets, you develop deep emotional resilience, equipping you to navigate life's uncertainties with poise and dignity. Let go of the illusion of control and embrace the empowering truth that true strength resides within. Number 4. Detachment in practice. Have you ever been gripped by the reluctance to release past experiences or relationships, wondering what life might be like if you could just let go? Many of us find ourselves trapped, clutching onto memories so tightly that the pain feels necessary, fearing the unknown that comes with release. Yet, what if the act of letting go could open the doors to something even more enriching? This question invites us to dive deep into the practice of detachment, illuminated by Stoic philosophy. Epictetus, a sage of Stoicism, once remarked, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This sentiment rings especially true when we consider emotional attachments. Are you prepared to loosen the hold of past attachments to welcome new opportunities? Picture yourself clutching a rope so tightly that your hands begin to hurt, fearing the fall that may come from letting go. Yet often, releasing the grip doesn't lead to a fall, but rather allows you to stretch your arms towards something potentially better. I learned this lesson through personal experience, when I clung to a comfortable relationship for its safety, blind to the happiness that was patiently waiting at my doorstep. How often have you found yourself in a similar position, holding on to the familiar for fear of venturing into the unknown? Here's another hard truth. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is a deceptive trap. It's akin to observing everyone else's curated highlights on social media, feeling left out of the loop. It's essential to realize that social media often presents a curated, idealized glimpse into others' lives, not the full story. Once I shifted my focus from the virtual stories of others to crafting my own real experiences, the grip of FOMO weakened significantly. If you find yourself constantly comparing your journey to those of others, it might be time to break free from this cycle. Not being privy to every detail of someone else's life doesn't mean you're missing out. Rather, it signifies that you're living authentically in your own narrative, creating unforgettable moments that are uniquely yours. The attachment to an idealized version of happiness can make the concept of letting go daunting. Observing others seemingly living their best lives can spark fear of falling behind. However, it's crucial to remember that the grass always seems greener from a distance. Up close, even it has its imperfections. Believing in the illusion of perfection in others' lives can rob you of your own joy. It's comparable to chasing a hologram on a treadmill. No matter your speed, it remains unattainable because it isn't real. Embracing detachment isn't about forsaking joy, but redefining it on your terms. According to Stoic wisdom, focus on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and personal growth. It's liberating to recognize that no external approval, past relationships, or even the glamorous lives portrayed online can dictate your worth or happiness. This understanding serves as a shield, freeing you from past burdens and opening you up to life's unpredictability and the genuine, rewarding connections that await. Remember, letting go is not an ending. It's the start of a liberating new chapter. Number 5. The path to happiness. Have you ever pondered why genuine happiness often appears elusive, contingent upon others' moods or external situations? What if the secret to enduring happiness resides within you, immune to external influences? This discussion delves into the Stoic approach to happiness and how cultivating emotional detachment can lead to a more profound and enduring sense of joy. Where does true value originate? Addressing this question can shift our focus from external attachments to a state of emotional autonomy. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus succinctly put it, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This wisdom encourages us to seek our sense of worth and happiness internally rather than externally. This insight is especially vital when learning to detach emotionally from others. It's not about cutting ties with bitterness or apathy, but about understanding that the deepest connection you will ever hold is with yourself. True worth arises from within: your character, your intellect, how you interact with others. How often do we fall into the trap of believing our happiness is tied to someone else's presence or approval in our lives? Do we think our value increases with their praise or diminishes with their disregard? Such beliefs confine us, limiting our vast potential to someone else's whims. Picture a bird thinking it needs permission to fly. Similarly, we restrict our emotional range. Now, imagine realizing the sky has always been open, beckoning you to soar independently. This realization of self-sufficiency is freeing, teaching us that our value does not oscillate with the opinions or presence of others. Thus, detachment isn't about pushing someone away, but about drawing nearer to our true selves. By concentrating on personal development and striving to become the best versions of ourselves, we free ourselves from the burden of dependency. It resembles nurturing a garden. You don't beg a single flower to bloom. Instead, you enrich the soil, water the plants, and trust the natural process. By focusing on self-improvement, we foster a garden that flourishes, regardless of who passes by or appreciates its beauty. This cultivation yields a source of happiness that is self-sustaining, resilient, and deeply satisfying. How do we embark on this journey of emotional detachment? It begins with the realization that you are whole, with or without anyone's validation. Your path involves exploring the vastness of your own potential, learning to cherish the liberty that comes with the capability to navigate life independently when necessary. Embrace the Stoic principle. Concentrate on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your growth. This approach does not entail closing off your heart or overlooking the value of love and connections. Rather, it's about anchoring your emotional stability in the solid foundation of your own essence. Remember, your self-worth is not a puzzle missing a piece. It's a masterpiece already complete in itself. Consider the example of Maya, a young professional who found herself constantly seeking approval at work. She believed her happiness was deeply tied to her colleagues' recognition and praise. When overlooked for a promotion, she felt a profound sense of inadequacy, questioning her self-worth and spiraling into disappointment. Realizing her dependency on external validation was unsustainable, Maya turned to Stoic teachings for guidance. She began to focus on her personal achievements and growth rather than external accolades. Over time, Maya learned to appreciate her own efforts and skills, finding joy in her work, irrespective of external recognition. This shift not only boosted her confidence, but also made her more resilient against future setbacks. From this example, the Stoic lesson we derive is profound. If you seek tranquility, do less. Marcus Aurelius suggested that doing less, focusing more on what's essential and within our control, leads to greater peace of mind. Maya's experience illustrates that detaching from the need for external validation and focusing on personal virtues and responsibilities cultivates not only peace, but also a genuine, self-sustaining happiness. This Stoic approach encourages us to focus on our own actions and attitudes, freeing us from the unnecessary burdens of external expectations. Number 6. Embrace the present moment. Embracing the present moment offers a profound avenue for achieving peace and emotional stability, deeply anchored in the Stoic philosophy, which teaches us the significance of living fully within the now. This concept is championed by the Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who advised, "Confine yourself to the present." Such wisdom underscores the necessity of focusing on what is immediately before us, rather than being ensnared by past memories or future anxieties. Often, individuals find themselves haunted by the ghosts of past pains or lost in the maze of future worries, states that detract from the richness of the current moment. The Stoics teach that Dwelling on what was, or fretting over what might be, not only steals our current joy, but also fosters unnecessary anxieties and attachments. The practice of mindfulness is a direct path to countering these tendencies. It involves a deliberate focus on the present experience, fostering a non-judgmental awareness of one's immediate actions, whether savoring a meal, feeling the earth beneath one's feet during a walk, or attentively listening to a friend's voice. Through mindfulness, every detail, be it the taste of food, the sensation of moving air, or the inflections in a conversation, becomes a point of connection to the present. This heightened awareness helps sever the ties to past regrets and future fears, anchoring us firmly in the now. Activities like meditation or simple breathing exercises can enhance this focus, with even brief daily practices yielding significant benefits by reducing distractions and enhancing mental clarity. Moreover, embracing the present involves a deep appreciation for the immediate experiences and blessings we often overlook. Cultivating gratitude for these everyday occurrences shifts our focus from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, altering our overall perspective and easing the burdens of attachment. By prioritizing the present, we not only enrich our current experiences, but also lay a foundation for emotional resilience and clarity, equipping us to navigate life's challenges with a serene and focused disposition in true Stoic fashion. Number 7. Reframe your thoughts. Reframing your thoughts is a transformative technique for emotional detachment, drawing on the Stoic principle that our thoughts shape our lives. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this when he said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By altering our thoughts, we not only change our emotional landscape, but also our life's trajectory. The process begins with identifying the negative thoughts that tether us to dependency and helplessness, such as, "I can't live without this person," or "My happiness depends on them." Recognizing these thoughts is crucial, as they often underpin emotional instability and a skewed perspective on life. Once identified, the next step is to question their validity. Is this thought absolutely true? What evidence supports this belief? Often, this scrutiny reveals that many of our dire predictions and fears are exaggerated or baseless. After challenging these thoughts, the next move is to replace them with ones that empower and liberate. Instead of thinking, "I can't live without this person," a more nurturing thought would be, "I am capable of finding happiness and fulfillment on my own." This substitution of thoughts should foster a balanced, optimistic outlook, reducing emotional dependencies. To cement these new perspectives, daily affirmations and mindfulness practices like meditation are invaluable. Affirmations reinforce positive self-perceptions and the belief in one's ability to thrive independently, while meditation enhances awareness of thought patterns, allowing for their objective examination and restructuring. Reframing thoughts is an ongoing journey, not a quick fix. It requires persistence in challenging detrimental beliefs and reinforcing healthier, more rational ones. This sustained effort fortifies emotional resilience, enabling a more detached, self-empowered existence that aligns with Stoic virtues, ultimately allowing one to embrace a joyful, fulfilled life. We'd love to hear from you. If today's lesson resonated with you and you can see it making a difference in your life, simply comment with a 1 below. Or, if you have more to share, please pour your thoughts and feelings into the comments section. Your responses are the heartbeat of our community, helping us shape content that truly speaks to you. Dive into the discussion. Your stories and insights not only inspire us, but also spark connections and growth across our entire community. Number 8. Set healthy boundaries. Struggling to assert yourself by saying no or delineating your limits? Embracing the practice of setting healthy boundaries is a cornerstone of emotional resilience and independence. These boundaries safeguard your mental well-being and empower you to manage your emotional landscape effectively. Start by defining which behaviors you find acceptable and which cross the line, ensuring to communicate these boundaries clearly to those around you. By honoring your own limits, you not only bolster your self-esteem, but also diminish your reliance on external validation or happiness. When you establish boundaries, you effectively demarcate where your personal space begins and where it ends, shielding yourself from potential emotional overload. For example, if you find yourself overwhelmed by someone's actions, it's crucial to communicate your need for space or altered dynamics, calmly yet assertively. This approach isn't about isolation, but about preserving your mental health. Remember, setting boundaries is a profound act of self-respect. It sends a clear message to others that you prioritize your needs and well-being. Consistently applying these principles nurtures more balanced relationships, built on mutual respect and shared understanding. Taking charge of your emotional boundaries is a proactive stride towards self-reliance, ensuring that your tranquility remains intact, independent of others' behaviors or opinions. By steadfastly maintaining these boundaries, you cultivate a secure emotional environment conducive to personal growth and stability. This practice fortifies your identity and enhances your emotional durability, setting the stage for a life of stoic calm and self-mastery. Number 9. Engage in self-care. Have you recently taken a moment purely for yourself? Embracing self-care is not just an act of indulgence, but a fundamental practice for cultivating emotional resilience and autonomy. The Stoic philosopher Seneca underscored the value of well-being, famously stating, "A sound mind in a sound body is a short but full description of a happy state in this world." This principle encourages us to focus on activities that nourish our physical, mental, and spiritual health. Physical activities like exercise not only bolster your health, but also stimulate the release of endorphins, enhancing your overall mood. Practices such as meditation and mindfulness center your thoughts and alleviate stress, fostering mental clarity and emotional balance. Engaging in hobbies, whether it's painting, reading, gardening, or playing music, provides a source of joy and personal fulfillment, decreasing your dependence on others for happiness. Moreover, spending quality time with supportive and uplifting loved ones can strengthen your sense of community and belonging. Self-care is about crafting a harmonious lifestyle that fortifies your well-being. By investing in yourself, you lay a robust foundation that empowers you to meet life's challenges with poise and confidence. This self-reliance allows you to achieve emotional detachment, not from a place of aloofness, but from a position of strength and self-assurance. Making self-care a priority is essential in nurturing a life filled with contentment and vigor. Number 10. Practice gratitude. Have you considered how dwelling on what you lack can intensify your longing for it? Practicing gratitude can profoundly transform your outlook, enabling you to emotionally detach from desires by appreciating what you currently have, thus fostering a sense of abundance over scarcity. Gratitude shifts your focus from deficiencies to the valuable aspects of your life, reducing the allure of perceived necessities. For instance, make it a daily ritual to note 3 things you're grateful for. These could range from the simplicity of a sunny day or the comfort of a good meal to the warmth of a supportive friendship. This simple practice shifts your attention from absence to presence, enhancing the richness of your life. The philosopher Epicurus once advised, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for." This sage advice encourages us to appreciate our current blessings and diminish our focus on what we lack. By fostering gratitude, you not only improve your emotional health, but also create a protective buffer against the discomfort of detachment. As you develop a consistent gratitude practice, you'll find it becomes easier to release attachments that no longer contribute positively to your life, leading to a more serene and fulfilled existence. As we gradually conclude our journey exploring the principles of discipline, an important lesson we've learned is the significance of peace in life. Peace not only brings us balance and happiness, but also forms a solid foundation that helps us grow every day. This is the moment for you to reflect on the inner tranquility you've worked to build, and the next steps you'll take to maintain and enhance the quality of your life. We are eager to hear your thoughts on this piece. Please leave a comment below with the 3 words, "I love peace." Each share from you is not only an affirmation of the peaceful life you are pursuing, but also a source of inspiration for our entire community. Let's together create a space filled with love and acceptance, where everyone can feel supported and encouraged in every step. Hit like and share this video if you find value in what we've shared. Your contribution will help spread these lessons to more people, and together, we can explore more valuable knowledge in upcoming videos. Let's build a strong, steadfast, and peaceful community.